up, everybody? I'm Sal Klein. This is Reggie Steele. And welcome to Spitballin. Spitballin.
What's up, everybody? I'm Sal Kalani. This is Reggie Steele.
And welcome to Spitballin.
Y'all.
Y'all.
Rocking the Indiana Pacers basketball shirt. When did you
Yes,
get
sir. Well, not to name drop, but I'm just telling the true story of what it is.
Hey now.
One of my good friends is the head assistant of the Indiana Pacers basketball team. He's coaching in the NBA Finals, and he gave me some gear. He's giving me gear. He's giving me gear. So this is authentic NBA Indiana Pacers gear.
Wow, dude.
Right. So they took game one last night in OKC, which is a great way to start the finals. So I had to come in today and rep the Indiana Pacers basketball, baby. Let's go.
I'm trying to find the video of this shot. Did you see it yet with your buddy in the background?
I saw the shot. Yeah, I saw the shot. I didn't. I've known Lloyd for years, man. I got pictures of Lloyd now. I'm gonna share this one with you right now. Here's a picture. He coached on the 2020 Olympic team, and he's got a gold medal, and they get a ring that's got USA on it. And so this is he and I together.
Go, Reg. That's a terrible way to show a picture. Yeah, I remember you showed me that last. Yeah, that's right. Because you had the picture of the medal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I remember that.
So yeah, man, my boy got a gold medal, and if things go according to plan, they can get one more, and then they can get one more, and they can get one more. Then he can have a world championship NBA title ring to go aside.
I mean,
to go
they might be
alongside
asking him to
his
coach next year.
Not Indiana. I mean, Rick Carlisle.
No. I mean, another team.
I mean, hey, dude, that would be great if he got the opportunity, another opportunity to be a head coach.
Wait, so he's been a head coach in the league before?
Yeah, he coached the Indiana
the
Pacers.
Hawks.
I mean, not the Indiana Pacers. I'm sorry. Yeah, the Atlanta Hawks. He was the Atlanta Hawks head coach.
That's right. How long did he coach them?
For 2 seasons, I think.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
it was 2 seasons.
And then a man named Trae Young showed up.
Well, no, Trae Young was there.
No, I know. He had a problem with it, right?
I'm not gonna. He and I have talked about it, and I got to give him a lot of credit because he doesn't place blame. He doesn't. He doesn't blame.
Right.
He doesn't.
I guess at that level.
Yeah, no, it's not about any one thing or any one person. He's like, hey, look, man, it's a team, it's a league, it's an organization. They decided to go in a different direction for whatever reason, for any number of reasons, and it was a great opportunity. And it was great to see him on the sideline, doing his thing. So yeah, I would love. I want him. I want for him and for the Pacers. I want them to win, and I want him to get another head coaching job.
He's never. He coached LeBron too, didn't he? Or he was there.
He was in Cleveland.
When was he in Cleveland?
When was he in Cleveland?
Yeah.
LeBron's first stint during the first 7 years.
Damn, dude, he's been in the league that long?
Yeah. Before that, he was with the Warriors. Lloyd has been around for a while, man.
So you didn't meet him in college. You met him through basketball in the Bay?
No, I met him before college. I met Lloyd before he went to college. I met Lloyd in the summer of my freshman year, going to my sophomore year, his senior year in high school. In San Jose, he went to Yerba Buena High School, and I stayed out in California that summer to work basketball camps and to work summer league and all that kind of stuff. And he was playing high school ball. He was on one of the teams that was in the summer league, and I I distinctly remember because I was working the scores table. And he was killing. He was killing. And I was like, yo, I got to talk to this kid. And they had him playing point guard. And he wasn't a point guard, just in the sense of like his handles and whatever else. But it was clear to me that the coach knew that he had a phenomenal player. So he was like, what's the best and quickest way I can get the ball into this man's hands? Oh, point guard. So
Oh,
I
I see.
remember
Yeah.
I remember one play, the other team scores, Lloyd gets the inbounds pass, and he just the length of the court, and he just plants. And he took off like Clyde Drexler, dunked on the whole team. I was like, hold on, what Lloyd Pierce? I was like, okay,
Glide to glide, Lloyd.
exactly.
Pierce.
So the thing is that that was his senior, he was going into his senior year of high school. I was going to my sophomore year in college. Um,
Oh, so he's
and
younger than you.
Yeah, he's younger than me. He's 2 years younger than me. So he ended up leaving Yerba Buena. He got a scholarship to Santa Clara. I went to St. Mary's. We win the WCC, both conferences. So we played against each other in college.
Uh,
And then we played with each other in the San Francisco Pro-Am. And that's when we became closest, playing in the Pro-Am. And
okay.
he ended up coaching at Santa Clara after that. He played in Mexico for a short while, and then he played somewhere else, I think, too. And then he went to coaching, coached at his alma mater. And then, there's another guy that we played against who was in the WCC, who went to San Diego, who's also been a head coach in the NBA, a guy named Dave Fizdale. Um, Dave Fizdale basically was brought into the league by Mike Brown,
Oh
and
yeah,
Mike Brown was brought into the league
Cavs.
by Eric Spoelstra. So you got the Spoelstra, Mike Brown, Dave Fizdale, Lloyd Pierce. Each one's pulling each one in. And
Well, I look forward to having him on the podcast this summer, Reg. Let me know how that goes.
what's funny about that is that he and I talked about it a long time ago. About
Yeah, have him on it. After they win this ring, they'll be great.
Yeah,
We probably, assistants, they don't get enough shout outs, dude. I'd
yeah.
love to
So
learn more about the basketball game from that level.
oh dude, it's hold up though. Before the I mean, man, Lloyd has had a phenomenal like he's first off, let me just put this out here. He's a great dude.
Yeah,
He's a great guy, a good person. Like, just he just he's a good dude. Um, he used to work out. This is crazy. He used to work out like during in the Nike days. He used to do something with Nike, and he would work out LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, um, Dwayne Wade, Chris Paul, and I want to say Chris Bosh. Like they would all go to Oregon and do a thing or work out, whatever. And he was the guy who was like leading the workouts.
so this is
So
good. We could get all the dirt on the stars if we get them on.
oh boy, this
I'm
is
sure
this
that's what
is
he'll be into divvying it up.
and see, this is where you and I differ. I hope the
I'm
people in the
just kidding,
podcast know.
Reg. I know,
No, exactly. But you think that way. Like,
Ah,
this is my friend, and I'm not going to exploit my friendship.
it's not no exploits. Like have your friend on, dude. Friends help
Yeah, no,
friends.
there's no dirt to be dug up. But nah, man, he's a good dude.
Oh,
So for
that's cool.
me,
Congrats. It was an awesome game last night. I was watching and I'm like, this game is boring. It's just up by 10. The whole game, they're up by 10. And Halliburton was not playing well. And then they happened to get this chance. And he hits the game winner with 0.3 seconds. That was the first time they had the lead last night. Was at
wow.
0.3
The
seconds.
only time they
The
had the lead is
only
when they
lead
won the
they
game.
had was that last shot.
Wow. Hey, hey,
That's
look,
crazy.
hey, shout out to Halliburton for remaining confident. I hope any players who out there listening to this, or anybody, you don't even have to be a player, but anybody who does something, just because things are not going well does not mean that you cannot salvage,
Yeah.
what's
And he's in
your
a few
game or
games
your
like that where he's
performance.
done okay, but then he like I think it was uh what's his name? Richard Jefferson. He always finds a way to put his thumbprint on the game.
Yes.
And this is now his fourth winner at the end of the game where he did it against the Bucks in game 5. He did it to my Cavs in game 2. He did it to the Knicks in game 1, and then he did it last night. In all these games, I read they were all like down by at least 7 to 15 in the
And they work
last 3 minutes. It's all insane. It's insanity.
Pacers
But
basketball, man. Let's go. I
Hallie,
mean,
baby.
look, I give him credit, man, because I think it takes a lot of confidence. Like you have to not be playing well, to not have a great game. right?
Yeah, yeah.
But to be in that moment where the team has clawed back, like they've done everything that they're supposed to do to get to the point where they give themselves a chance. Because that's all it is. That's what they always say in the NBA. They're like, look, let's just give ourselves a chance. We get down, you keep fighting, you stay the course, you implement the game plan, you stay sharp. You just want to give yourself a chance when it comes down to that last moment
I
because
mean,
this is the NBA. These
that
are the
was
best players on the planet.
the story of LeBron kind of was said, like, after they lost game four and Clay's giving shit about how LeBron got his feelings hurt.
Oh, hold up. My favorite part is this right here when he goes,
What Clay
what did
say?
Clay say? Okay. And then that's when he decided, yeah, I'm going for 40 on these motherfuckers. Like,
Well, yeah, then the story is they're on the bus and LeBron goes, look, man. He's like, all we gotta do, we win this game tonight, game five. They're not gonna beat us at home. And then game seven, and who knows what can happen then. And then they give ourselves a chance. And that's exactly what happened.
that's it. Just give me a
Both those guys
chance.
got
Just
41,
give
Kyrie and
me a
LeBron.
chance. Right?
Yeah. Well, I
Or
wish
in that
Kyrie
case,
would have
give me
given us.
another chance because they'd already played them. So give me another chance.
Yeah, no. I wish
Um,
Kyrie gave us some more chances because those two are a lethal duo.
well, I honestly think that Kyrie leaving Cleveland after they had gone to the finals back twice, right? Back to back, and him being 1-1 at that point, him leaving was purely egotistical and young.
Well, they were 1-2 when he left because he stayed for the 2017 and
Oh, that's
we
right.
got
That's right.
swept. It was when Durant, or no, we didn't get swept. It was a gentleman's sweep. It was 4-1. And then
Okay,
the next year, which I think we would have had
a better
I don't know,
chance.
better chance. But
Okay,
just
so
Durant, it just made it so unfair.
yeah, but okay, that's right. That's right. So he was 1-3 at that point.
1-2.
Um, I'm sorry, 1-2. Yeah, I can't get
Damn,
one and
Reg.
two.
Is this what happens when you get on time? You show up on time, actually? Yeah.
Dude,
What was
this
that
is
on? I couldn't believe Reggie was on time today. How'd that happen?
I had an early morning, man. I had to get my car into the shop. So wait, before I
Oh,
address that, let me just say this. I think Kyrie leaving, I think that was purely, being young and egotistical in a way, right?
yeah.
Because, if you've been around the league for a while, right? And if you've watched the league, you know that going to the finals is not a
No.
typical thing, right? So even though you went to the finals three times at that point, and it felt like a very normal occurrence for you at that point, because this other dude came back from Miami where he had just gone to the finals four straight times, right? You don't leave that opportunity because
No.
you're playing with a guy who's like, yo, this dude just went four times, and now we've gone three straight times, and this dude is going seven straight times.
Yeah. But he said he
Obviously,
wanted to leave after 2016.
yeah, so
Which
he wasn't even fully invested in
Yeah, which is
2016.
crazy. It's like that fucking, and I gotta hold the trophy like Kobe because I gotta be like Kobe and get more. And I'm like, dude, you should have just wrote it out. And then he even said later, he's like, hey, it was a mistake. I shouldn't have left. You know,
Exactly, because what happened? He
he
left and went
hasn't
to
been to
Boston.
the he hasn't even been in the Eastern Conference Finals since.
Exactly.
Well, he was in the conference finals in the West last year. That's true.
Yeah, he did go back one
With the
more time,
Mavs.
but
But
now
yeah,
he's
yeah. And then
now
that,
he's 1-3, right?
yeah, it's yeah,
But it was a disaster. He left. He went to Boston, struggled,
yeah.
right? And then he left there, and then they tried to do a thing in Brooklyn with him and
That's
Durant
right.
and James
That didn't
Harden,
work.
and that didn't work out. And then that fizzled, and that fell apart. That was a disaster. It's like, dude, if something, this is the thing, man. People don't get it, man. It's like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I mean,
And
he
check
got
your
that game
ego.
winning shot. He had that game winning shot. He's probably was like, I could do anything.
Hey,
I mean,
hold up though. Hold up though. And this is where you have to remember that it's a team sport because the game-winning shot was preceded by the game-winning block that led to the game-winning shot
which
that led
then led to
led
the
to the
game winning
game-winning stop.
defense. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
stop with Kevin Love.
yeah, on Curry.
Look, we've seen Kevin Love since he was at UCLA. And we ain't never seen Kevin Love move like that.
No, I give Kevin Love so much. If I ever see that dude, I'm gonna be like, Kevin,
He-
that because that I feel for Kevin Love. Like the pressure he had to have of all the people he had to cover, they point out Steph Curry, and he's like, I can't fuck this up. And
dude,
he did it, man. It
dude,
was
he did every
unbelievable.
defensive drill that they've been teaching him since middle school. Like, move your feet, use your hands. Okay, to the side. Dude, he was panicking.
Oh,
He was panicking, but he held out. He held up. And oh boy, Steph had to get a ball up. He gave it to Mo Spates in the corner, and Mo Spates missed it. And it was like,
that's it, baby.
Cleveland! This is for you. So so
It
I'm
was
hoping
actually
that
looking.
Indiana gets that moment to be
Well,
like,
see, I
hey,
will
we
say
did
this. I mean, I was telling my buddy, and he was like, and you said it too. I think they were like, oh, nerves. It was nerves. And I'm like, because they had 19 turnovers, the Pacers, in the first half. And I'm like, SGA didn't have no nerves. And SGA had an
no.
balling game. And my point is,
They
this shit
do.
is far from over. The Thunder are very dangerous. They dominated that whole game until the very end. And this is huge for Indiana, but I still don't think the Thunder, it ain't over yet. They're too strong.
No, no, it's not over yet. But this is the thing. If you're Indiana, and this goes back to old school NBA basketball, right? You're playing on the other team's home court, right? You're playing an away game. They have their home crowd. They're sleeping in their own beds. They have their routine down. They're the most comfortable, right? So the idea is if you can get in and sneak one, you put
Dude.
yourself in great position, right?
Yeah.
Because eventually you're going to have those same advantages when you go home.
Right.
So sneaking this one, which no one saw coming, but you look, OKC was sitting out for a while. They had time to get rusty. Indiana's coming right out of a very, intense series with the Knicks. So their rhythm is higher. Um, and OKC did what they're supposed to do. They came out, they were comfortable, and they got a big lead, and they had their home crowd. They had the whole thing. But Indiana won the second half. They won each quarter in the second half, and they've been doing this. They've kind of proven themselves to be a second half team. And we've seen them come from behind from 15 down, 17 down, 20 down to just give themselves a chance.
Yeah.
And they've hit big shots. So the series is far from over. But if you're Indiana, you feel very confident because now you get to go out this next game on Sunday and you play. The nerves are a lot more settled because it's officially started now. It's not you're no longer going to the finals. You're now in it.
Right.
You've already won one
That's
game
true.
and you beat them on their home court in front of their home crowd. So the next game I think is going to be really tough
Yeah.
because now the pressure's on OKC. OKC has to win the next game. They don't have to,
Or
but
they'll be screwed. Yeah, no, that's
yeah.
true. They'll come out. I think they'll be fine for game two.
Well, we'll see because when they go back
um,
to Indiana, which I was about to go, I was trying to get out there, man. You're not talking
yeah,
to me. It
yeah,
just
yeah.
didn't work
Reggie
out.
always trying to go somewhere. I'm a little salty at Reggie. He could have come out this weekend to see Bone Thugs with me at the Hollywood Bowl, but he's not coming, dude. He's not coming to see the greatest rap group of all time, and it's a damn shame.
Of all the names that you could have said on that concert for me to come out and see, you picked the absolute worst and wrong ones. You
And
could
I'm
have
gonna miss
said
Reggie
Red.
still.
You could have said Red Man and Method Man. I love
I
Red.
could
Red is in
have,
my top five.
could
You
have,
could have
but I
said
didn't.
you could have said the Roots, right? You could have said Lil Kim.
Shout out Crazy Bone East, the 99.
You could have said Havoc from Mob Deep. You could have even got away with DJ Quick.
Nope.
But no, you went with the one of all of them that I could care about the least.
Hater, dude.
Gotta tell everybody.
And I'm gonna miss
It's
everybody.
the first of the month.
Yeah,
It's the
dude.
first of
Wake up. We freaking in black and mild. But
I
anyway,
told Sal, there's this one song that Bone Thugs did with Biggie.
I didn't even know it.
It's the only thing I really like from them. And he had never heard it.
I listened to it. It's all right.
Dude, dude.
You know what's funny
It's
about it? And this is why you couldn't have Bone Thugs on as a guest because every one of them's got to sing. So the song's like 7 minutes long. It's like Biggie's got to get his, and then all of them got to get theirs.
Hey, dude. But Biggie comes out the gate first with
Right.
armed and dangerous. Ain't too many can bang with us.
No, you
Straight up,
say
we
it
want
last week.
Xmas.
We know, Reg.
Thanks.
Notorious
Smuggling,
Thug.
gambling.
Yeah,
We up
no,
in restaurants with mandolins and
I
violins.
don't
You
remember
just
liking the
sing.
chorus much though.
Man, that song is phenomenal. I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, it didn't work out. And actually it's probably for the best that it didn't work out because as I was about to say while you're saying why I'm on time, is because man, I had to drop my car off at 7 a.m. This morning and I my oil change light came on, so I needed to do an oil change. I was already going in to replace a tie rod, an axle rod, a cracked frame. I remember when it's all happened. And then right before we got on here, I got a call from the dealership. And they're like, oh, yeah, by the way, when he got inside, he realized that that same wheel that has a crack, it's also almost completely disconnected from the driving shaft. It's holding on by with
Man, you
bubble
should get a new
gum.
car, bro.
Well, okay, so let's have that discussion. So that's going to be another $100, and it's not going to be done till Tuesday. So I have a loaner,
A
but
hundred bucks ain't bad.
$100 ain't bad just for the part. It's not gonna be much labor because they're already in there, right? So it's really just like, okay. Um, so this is my argument against why I don't want a new car, right? Because this is it. Even
How
with
old's your
this,
car?
it's like 17 years old.
Yeah, god damn, Reg. What the fuck you think you're doing? You're gonna kill
Dude,
yourself. One time
dude,
I was driving my car, I kid you not, and the fucking steering wheel came off. Middle drive.
yeah,
And I was like, oh fuck. And I was like, gotta get this back on. I got it back on. I was middle of coasting, dude. I was coasting
yeah. And
in
Sal,
LA.
the reason why you don't have a car right now is because your maintenance was crap. You didn't keep up
No,
with things.
but that's the point. You hit a certain level on these cars, and shit's gonna constantly break, dog.
Okay, so this is the thing. My car is older. There's no doubt about it, right? There's no question about it. But I've done my maintenance and upkeep since the beginning,
Still,
right?
that don't matter. I was doing that.
No, no, you weren't. My steering wheel's not gonna pop off. But
It sound like
I do
it.
my maintenance and upkeep. The thing is, with a car this age, there are things that are just gonna wear out over time simply because that's what they do. They're just old. Like rubber seals start to crack and leak from the heat and things like that. So it's replacing a seal, right? It's like my alternator's good, my transmission's good, my motor's good, my exhaust manifold is good, my valves are good because I've done those things over the years. So all the things that I have now are all cracks. And I know, I know when this all happened. It was one night I was driving and it was late and it was dark and I think it was for a show or something. Like I don't know, it was something, but I remember almost missing my exit, right? Like being like, "Oh snap!" And I turned to get across, and when I went through, I hit. There was a pothole or a dip or something, and I hit that joint.
Oh, dude,
Boom!
you broke your car's hip.
I broke the car's hip, bro. I broke the car's hip, and I literally, it was so bad that like, as I was driving, I like let go of the wheel to see if it was straight. I was trying to see if it was doing the thing. I even was about to pull off and see if my wheel had popped off because I hit this thing so hard. And now, all these years later, it's like, oh, all this stuff it's like it has to be done. So the reason why I don't want to get a new car is because of this. Like this, all this maintenance. I mean, these repairs are going to cost me. Let's just go with 4K, right? So it's going to cost me $4,000 to get this done. Now, if I were to go buy a new car, I'm probably going to put down maybe $5,000. That's just to get the car. And then every month I'm locked in for the next 5 months at roughly probably about 375 to $400 a month, right?
Yeah,
375 to
it's no
$400 a
fun.
month, right? For the next 5 years. And I'm talking about because I'm at a point now where I'm not driving some bullshit. I'm driving something that's gonna have leather, right? It's gonna be new. It's not gonna be
Gotta
a
have my
25.
leather.
Yeah, it's not gonna be a 25, 26, but it's gonna be a 23 or 24, right? It's gonna be a couple years old. Um, and I'm locked into a car note for the next 5 years.
Huh.
So 4K is nothing compared to giving up five out the gate and then being locked in to, I don't know, call it 385 or
Mm-hmm.
392 for the next 5 years. Nah, no thank you. And you know I have other expenses as well. So yeah, I'm gonna pass. Let me see. Let's just do the math.
All right, dude.
392.
All right, all right. Don't get your new car. I'm
Okay.
gonna tell you how.
No, 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 hold up. This is the last thing. At
Nobody wants
300
to
and
hear math on
I'm
air.
gonna do it right now. At $392 a month.
Oh, there's a bug. Fuck out of here.
At $392 a month
Shit.
for 12 months, that's $4,704, right? And that you can multiply that times five. That gets me to $23,520 on top of the 5,000 I probably would have put down, which takes me to 28,500, which is probably going to be even less. It's probably less than what I would have gotten because I probably would have bought a car that cost like $40,000 or 40 something odd $1,000, right? So, yeah, man. Nah, I'll just do this. And it's
Uh,
still working.
I woke up this morning
So that's why I was on time.
5:30, Reg, and I was thinking this. Like, I got three cats. I don't really
Okay.
find roaches in my apartment. I find roaches' heads. These motherfuckers will decapitate these bitches. Like, I was sweeping my kitchen yesterday, and I'm
Yeah.
like, the hell? And I just saw a headless, the body, right?
Oh, wow.
But so it's like somewhere under stove. I've never seen roaches until I moved to LA, dude. LA, fucking desert, and at the summertime they start to find their way, and they're not tiny, they're big. They're like this, dog. They're like
Oh, those are more like water
delicious.
bugs than
I don't know.
roaches.
I mean, they say the roaches. The roach. I don't see them all over this town.
Well,
Like, you walk on the
there's
sidewalk, they're
different
all over.
there's different within the roach community, there are different types of roaches, right?
Let me see. I'm gonna
Like,
look that up.
yeah, there's different types because you have, and they all are related to each other in a
No,
certain
yeah,
way.
it's the American cockroach. Here it is. Oh, it's so fucking nasty, dude.
Dude, they are, dude,
And so,
roaches, bugs, ugh, that joint, ugh.
yeah, look at that.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude,
that's the American one. Yeah, that's the kind of thing. They're all over LA, right? So I remember that when I first moved to LA,
oh,
because I never saw something like that. And so I opened my cupboard back in an old place, and there was a roach in there. I was like, and I just closed the door. I didn't open that cupboard for 2 days. And then I eventually opened it, and this dead roach fell out.
are you serious?
It's fucking foul. But
Wait, he was in the cupboard and he died? He just died?
yeah, he wasn't eating. There's nothing in there. It was like plates and shit. It was weird. Um, so then anyway, yesterday, this cat woke me up at 5:30 in the morning because she wanted to eat, which is I'm like, fuck you, you don't eat yet. It's because I fed him too early. I went to bed too early and fed him too early. This one's the only
Mm,
one, bitches. Always
okay.
gotta wake me up. So then I go to the piss instead. I was get out of here. Yes, give him a quart of water. And I go take a whiz, and then I'm whizzing and I see a fucking roach on the floor last night. I'm like, and like it wasn't moving, so I was like, "Oh, okay." And then it started to crawl. I was like, "Carpet, kill it, kill it!" And Carpet is in her litter, going, "Nah, dude, I'm using the bathroom too. I'm good."
Oh,
So luckily, I had one of those containers that has all those like antibacterial wipes in it. It was a pretty big
oh
one
yeah, yeah,
for the
yeah.
toilet, and I just picked that up and then I made the cat come over and see it. I'm like, "Look, you should be doing this shit. This is your job." So,
Hey,
no,
dude, I got
dude.
it. And man, I give you props. The fact that you even can talk about this publicly, because for me, there's a lot of shame around roaches. Because where I grew up, if you had roaches, it almost was an identifying factor of like being
Filth.
unclean, a
Right. Well,
filth,
I
like,
used to in Ohio, I had these neighbors. I mean, they call them white trash. They were like my friends, and like they were foul at the end when they were moving out. Like they lost their house, and these kids just trashed the house. Like they'd eat wings and just throw it behind the couch. It was just disgusting.
oh
And I
wow.
remember those sleeping over there sometimes. And I remember one time their oven, the oven has those old school clocks in it that spin, and there was a fucking roaches in that. It was like they're small, way smaller than what's here, but they were crawling in the clock. And I'm like, oh, and it's like in the oven. Like, how do you get that out? But down here, it's like they're everywhere, dude. They're everywhere in LA. It's a desert thing. And I was pretty fortunate the last place because I was on the second floor and they could crawl everywhere. They're all in these buildings and shit.
Yeah.
But the cats really do kind of keep them at bay and will kill them. And I've seen it many times. So this is only the second roach I've seen. And like I said, the other one got beheaded. But they could crawl under any of these doors. There's nothing, and I'm on the ground now. They could come through the window.
Okay,
Has
so
nothing to do with filth down here, my friend. I
I'm
take
gonna
care of
tell
all
you
my
now.
food and keep that shit locked up. I got cats who go through that shit if I don't.
I hear you, but I'm gonna tell you now, and everyone who's listening, I cannot sleep, not well, right, in a place that has roaches crawling in the stove.
Oh,
I'm
that
like,
shit. Oh my
I'm like,
God.
there's fire and heat in there. So the roach who can survive
Well, you remember
in
that
a
old Pryor joke?
stove, right? Huh?
Remember that old Pryor joke? Like he was at a funeral and they had something, and he's like, "Oh, these taste a little funny." He's like, "Oh, that must be a roach. She must have left the oven open and crawled in there and died." And he's like, "Ah,
I never heard that one.
oh, it's funny, dude.
That
It's
one grosses me out. I saw a video recently on Instagram, and when I say recently, probably within the last month or so, where a guy was traveling. He was at the airport, and you could tell I don't know what was going on, but he was his possessions were infested with bugs
where
at
was
the air.
this?
This is at the airport. You can probably look it up online. You can look for luggage infested with roaches. Black dude luggage infested with roaches,
Oh,
and they took him. They told him he had to leave, right? And they took him outside and they set his luggage down and they unzipped it and they opened it up and bugs came running out of it. Bugs were all in his luggage and his clothing. Some were on him.
was
You
he
know,
trying to sneak them in?
no, man,
That
it's
don't
just,
make sense.
dude, it's like one of these people who are like, they're poor and they're trying to do a thing and they just don't know. You see it?
All right, I'll look it up. Hold on.
Okay.
I was looking up
Um,
that Pryor bit. All right, what should I look up? Black dude
or
suitcase
you can just
roaches.
say suitcase roaches airport. You ain't gotta say black dude because that you know just say suitcase roaches in
Let's
the
see if it
airport.
shows up. Do I
This
have
is
to put
by the
black
way, this is a
fella?
from by the way, for me, this is a very gross topic right now because
Oh, I hate
cannot
bugs.
I hate bugs too. I don't like spiders, bugs,
Cockroach cause
yeah, I'm
chaos at
good.
airport. TikTok. Hold
Oh, that
on.
might be it. That might be it.
That guy looks white though.
Oh, he might be white. I thought he
Oh
was in a
no, he's an
suit.
old black man.
Old black dude, right?
Okay, yeah, he's light skinned, but I think this is it. Oh, fuck you. Oh, I gotta log into everything nowadays. Oh, wait.
Um,
Oh, hell no. Hold on.
dude, they open his luggage, bro. And like even before they even open it,
There's just one crawling here. I'll find it.
it's just there are insects crawling, bro.
Okay, you ready?
Oh boy, here we go.
This is him. Yeah, he's old. Okay, you hear it?
Yeah, I could hear it. Oh, I mean, they're trying to put his stuff in a. Oh, I can't hear anything right now.
You just said you could.
I could at first.
Yeah, it's because the sound.
Yeah, I mean, you see that? You saw the bugs crawling on the outside of the suitcase, and then on the ground leaving.
You're infested with roaches. Roaches
Here
all
we
over
go.
your
I can hear it.
slacks.
They're coming out underneath the wheels. They're on
The roaches are coming out of hiding.
Yeah, see, I hate when they
You
gotta
are
have a guy
infested.
talking. Shut the
Throw
fuck
that
up.
bag
Oh, there
away.
you are.
Strip naked,
We're
son.
gonna have to dispose of the bag.
Okay, that's disgusting. And I hate how everybody's got a comment. Shut the fuck up.
Well, because everyone's trying to go viral, man.
Oh, I
Everyone
hate
wants
it.
to
I
be.
hate America now. I hate the way the society is. I hate how the fucking world is. I'm so over this. I'm sick. When TikTok was done, I was like, great, one last thing to fucking post. And then that lasted a day. And then that's what we went viral on. It just all makes no sense. I hate it all.
Yeah,
Here's
I'm
Pryor.
over. I'm over.
Let's
all
get
of
to
it.
where this is, and this is why you haven't heard it because it wasn't a video. It was just
Everybody say, lucky motherfucker.
And nobody else would fuck the woman for 2 years either.
His dad's
And you
died.
know, I noticed that there's a difference in funerals. Like, white people have funerals, they love their dearly departed, but their funerals be different. They don't give it up easy. You know, they hold their shit in until they get home. Maybe they faint. They get at a funeral. Black people let it hang out right off. Wow! Take me away! And then they fall on your ass. They don't never faint, they just lean on your ass. You got to carry them to the car and shit. Say, bitch, get up. Yeah.
All right, hold on.
You know? She did that voice, made me stop snorting cocaine. I said, Mama, don't do that shit. She found out how much it cost. She got mad. You dumb motherfucker! You could have sold some of that shit back to the man you got it from. Told you that shit make you ignorant.
Where the fuck is the Roaches?
Now, I ain't got sense enough to pull piss out of boot with a.
I'm gonna say this is right now. We're looking at
Did nobody
epic-
cry at his funeral?
Nobody cried. That's a major insult. That's hold on, time out. That's gotta be one of the hardest insults ever to say somebody to. Can you imagine you say somebody, man, that's why when you die, ain't nobody gonna cry at your funeral. Like, damn, ain't nobody gonna miss me for real. Like, ain't nobody gonna be sad I'm gone. Like, nah, man. Ain't nobody gonna cry at your funeral. Yeah, that was probably an epic fail. It's supposed to be about eating a bug. Ugh. Actually, just skip it, bro. We don't have to talk about it. We don't have to do it.
It just really bothered me that I can't find it. But it was at the funeral. I could have sworn it was cold. Oh no, it wasn't
you
his
gotta go
dad's
to-
funeral. It was someone else's funeral because his dad was at the funeral. And they're like, man, it's cold. And then his dad goes, yeah, bitch, get any colder, she's gonna have to bury herself. Or if you get any colder, the bitch gonna have to bury herself. Anyway,
Pryor. I have
but
that
speaking of
anthology.
roaches,
I'm gonna bring that up.
we gotta
Donald Trump
address the
roaches.
the big roach in the room, bro. The bromance is over.
Man, he
Topic I
throwing-
know put the big beautiful breakup.
dude. I put like this. Elon Musk is throwing shots at lowercase d Donald like Cuba Gooding Jr. was in Boys in the Hood where he was it's like, right, he's out there fighting. He is upset. He's like, you know what? And the reason why he won't do anything is because the reason why he hadn't done that is because he's in the Epstein files. Like, wow. Yeah, man. He going at him. And he's
Here's the Epstein Files tweet. He says, time to drop the really big bomb. Real Donald Trump is in the Epstein Files. That is a real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, BJT. This
wow.
is so stupid. This is so
You
great.
could see, this is how you know they're not real friends, right? Because even hopefully real friends, even if you have a disagreement or you don't get along, you're not just gonna go out and try to air each other's dirty laundry,
Yeah,
right?
They
And,
don't give a
and
fuck.
he's upset. And this is interesting though. This is interesting about Elon Musk is that he's upset because he feels like he was really trying to do a thing to reduce the deficit and cut spending and all this kind of stuff. And then he looks at this bill and he goes, "This bill is undoing everything that I've just done. Everything
Well,
that has affected my business,
yeah.
and also, right, everything that's affected my business, and you don't have the electronic vehicle, whatever mandates to do a thing." I don't know what part of this dude is in line with big oil, right? He takes a lot of money from the oil companies to keep these refineries open, to pump out all this poison into the air that's killing our planet and our people. And you make electric vehicles that don't use oil, right? That don't
Well
use
said.
gasoline. So how do you expect to work with this dude when he is obviously in line? He's talking about trying to open up coal mines again. People dying from
Yeah. Yeah.
black lungs digging in these holes in the ground, early deaths, and he's trying to keep that going. He is
Yeah.
opening up natural preserves, natural reservoirs that have been closed off to the people, to public, so that he can dig.
Yeah.
He
It's
has opened
terrible.
up parts of the ocean that has been preserved to drill for oil.
Yeah. I don't
What
give a
part of
fuck
that
about the
says that he
environment,
cares
man.
about
It's
your
sad.
yeah, dude, he's bro.
I
What are
mean,
you
I'll
gonna
tell
say?
you, Musk just wants money. It was all money. He knew he can make. He does other contracts just besides the electric. He's got all these space contracts. And you're right. He put all that thing thinking he's cutting this stuff. He gave $300 million, ruined his reputation, and then they ended up costing him billions of dollars in Tesla. And then
Yeah,
you're right. Then they put all this fat in the bill anyway. And he's like, my whole reputation's ruined.
my whole reputation, my product isn't selling. No one is messing with me anymore.
Yeah.
And now this dude, lowercase d Donald, is like, I'll cut your government funding. I'll cut all
Yeah.
your good
And then he's like, well,
your
I'll cut going to the space station.
yeah. It's like, dude, it's
But you know
oh,
what?
dude,
Any of
it's
these idiots who go with Trump are morons because he fucks them all over eventually anyway. Look at everyone in the first administration. Barely, none of them are in this one. Even his own daughter and son-in-law. It's like you guys don't even fight. What did you think? What did you think would happen? We all knew this would happen.
hey man, people.
Ridiculous.
I hate to say it, people don't.
They just look out for themselves for that moment.
No, they. I hate to say it, but it's one of those things where I think it's more of a reflection of our national consciousness and lack thereof, where people are okay with other people being hurt. And it's not until they're the ones that are
Yeah.
hurt where they start to realize,
Oh,
hey,
wait a minute.
yeah, this is messed up. Because when he's supposed to be targeting immigrant criminals, then it was fine. Yeah, let's go ahead and disrupt the whole ecosystem,
Yeah.
right? Let's disrupt people's lives. Let's break up families. Let's destroy families, right? But it was happening to other people. It was them over there. But
Right.
once they get directly impacted, this
Yeah.
is not what I voted
Right.
for.
Right.
Why is he?
Such
Dude,
a it's very frustrating. Such a dumb time we're in. Dumb.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's interesting to see this breakup happen so early too, though. Like, I'm like, man, we're not even, what is this, June? We're 6 months in.
Not even.
And dude, he was peddling. This president was literally peddling this dude's electronic vehicles
Yeah.
in front of the White House, right? Trying to help him because people are not messing with him now.
I heard he's
And
now
all of a
trying to get
sudden
rid of
now,
his red one.
yeah, and now he's out trying to get rid of it because he's like, this doesn't take gasoline.
Everyone buy
He's like, where do you put?
Tesla.
He's like, where you put the gas at? They're like, this is an electric vehicle. What? This is one of them. I don't want what? He makes
Oh
that
my
face.
God, dude. We're in like a fucking crazy time.
We're in the Bizarro world. Remember how there's Superman and Bizarro Superman? The whole time I thought we lived in regular Superman world. We live in the Bizarro Superman
No,
world.
you know what's right? I was watching this last night. We
What's
live
that?
in Red Man, or no, what is it? The Superman where he's Russian.
Oh,
And,
okay,
I
okay,
forget- and he landed in, so it was kind of cool. Like, what if his thing, instead of landing in Kansas, he landed in Russia? He would grow up communist. And
dude,
that's
that's
what
a
it
great
is.
idea. And the Russians would be they have the most powerful weapon on the planet.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's a
So
good
I
idea. I like
actually
that.
fell asleep during it. So Red Sun, that's what it's called.
But it's an animated movie. Sure.
Yeah, it's an
Okay,
animated
okay,
show, a movie on HBO.
okay. All right, I'm gonna check
But
that one out because I
yeah,
haven't seen
I've
that
only
one.
watched. I fell asleep, but I was watching it, but I was like, "That's such a cool idea." You know what I mean? Because
Dude,
to see it from a different perspective.
I give all these comic books writers and creators, I give them a lot of credit because they really do think outside the box, right? Like really
Yeah,
think of every scenario. What if Superman were a woman instead of a
right.
man? What if
Like, how
Superman were
cool would it
born?
be if you're watching the MCU and you're watching Black Panther and he takes his mask off and it's me? Like, that would be fucking like, dude, I'm in Wakanda now, man. This is where I'm at. Mm.
Oh, I froze. I didn't hear anything you just said. Because I'm sure you said some
That was the most
bullshit.
unfrozen. The way you popped back in was so not real looking. You're like, "Pop."
Like, oh, I don't know what happened. I
Oh,
froze.
but that'd be cool. Yeah, a little diversity in Wakanda, huh?
I didn't hear any of that bullshit you said.
And
I
I'll be
cannot
like,
believe
I
you
could be
just tried
like,
to.
I
You just
control
tried
the
to.
vibranium.
I can't believe that you just tried to commandeer uh, one of our most coveted and loved black
Superman,
superheroes.
dude.
That would be so fitting that Black Panther
That's
takes
how
off
they would do it.
his
Dude,
mask, and he's a white dude. That would black people would lose their. They'd be like, man, we can't have nothing. Talk about appropriation. Look, white
that'd be
people
the
always
biggest
got to
one.
take every. They have gentrified Wakanda now. They gentrified Wakanda.
Gentrified Wakanda.
They gentrified Wakanda. We can't even have a black superhero,
Oh,
right?
it's
Like,
funny, dude.
like, and then what if every black superhero is like, oh shit, I'm sorry, it's just a white guy, and like, what the fuck? They're all in
It's like,
blackface. They're
yeah,
all
it's
in.
like where like actors in the 1600s. Everyone was.
It's like what? Like no, I will not allow you to disparage and disgrace uh the legacy of Black Panther. All right. Like that's not gonna even though it's a fictional place, it's not real, it doesn't exist. But hey man, Wakanda forever. All right.
That's
So
funny.
T'Challa was black and T'Chaka, his father, was black. And the person
Tokolani. He's Italian. What if Black Panther was
about
Italian?
who's the Italian superhero?
Exactly. We don't have any. We need some representation in the MCU.
I guess you can't claim Mussolini. That's all bad.
It's not a
So,
superhero.
he's not a
Wait,
superhero.
I'm gonna
I mean, he did
Google
some.
that.
He did some.
Italian superheroes. Are there
He
any?
did some incredible shit though, even though it was bad stuff. But
Let's see.
hmm.
Italian superhero examples include Ciro Villano, Francesca Sisi, Pier Maria Ticini. What the fuck is this?
I know there was one superhero for a while.
Huh.
Only a handful of people are going to get this one, but there was a superhero, this guy named Rocco Siffredi.
Is he the Punisher? These guys are saying the Punisher's Italian.
Oh, the Rocco Siffredi. He was.
He's a porn star. That ain't a fucking.
He was somewhat of a Punisher.
He's a porn star, isn't he? What are you talking about? Male porn stars. I'm like,
all right. Well, he's Italian, and
I'm talking about in the MCU. There's nothing.
I don't think there's one that identifies as Italian, or at least that doesn't come
Let's
across.
see. When Marvel Wiki doesn't have a prominent team of Italian superheroes. The wiki mentions a team of Italian superheroes called the Forza Violenta, with characters like Mario and Luigi Miyamoto, Vanessa Atomo, and Matteo Bastillo. But their prominence is primarily in fan-made content, not the MCU.
Well, I was gonna say, I think the one true superhero, the Italian superhero, is easily, hands down, one of the most popular superheroes of all time. Mario from Mario Brothers.
Reg, you're just trying to fucking shit on him.
When you just said Mario and Luigi, I was
You're
like,
so upset about my Black Panther comment.
dude, I'm just saying, dude, Mario and Luigi, how many princesses have they saved from Koopa, the dragon? They are safe. And then how many pipes have they laid? Right? Like have they traveled
There's
through
a funny video I saw.
how many things have they jumped over?
Where they show Mario like he beats Koopa and he dies and he gets to the princess. He's like, all right, now let's go back to my place now, huh? And she's like,
oh yeah,
what?
yeah. I seen
No,
that.
I'm not into you, you short little.
And he gives her back to Koopa, right?
No, Koopa's dead. I used to like, what? I thought that was part of the deal. She's like, no.
Okay, so I saw another one, fan made, where Mario beats Koopa. He's not dead. He just beats him. He gets past him.
Funny.
He gets to the princess, and he's like, "Okay, now it's me and you. We're gonna do a thing, right?" And she's like, "No way, you're not my type." And he's like, "What? Forget you." And then he pushes her to the dragon, and the dragon's like,
Oh.
brings her up. I was like, "Oh, domestic violence." I'm like, I shouldn't even laugh at this, but it was.
Yeah, Reg, you wrong. You wrong, Reg.
Yeah, I was wrong.
I was watching a little A-Team last night, and
Dude, you are all in on the 18.
there's a whole channel. Look at Mr.
look.
P.
He got a Hulkamania stuff?
Yeah, there's a Hulkster with him.
Oh wow. Little did he know that Terry what's his name? Terry
Boleo.
Baleo was not messing with him.
Yeah, it's funny, man. Mr. T, though, everyone still loves Mr. T.
Yeah.
But yeah, fucking
If
the Hulk Hogan.
if you live long enough, I think everybody
And,
on some level becomes racist. Like, geez. I remember
uh,
my mom said something once when she was way older, but she was getting to the point where she couldn't live by herself anymore. And I was trying to suggest to her that maybe she should move back to Boston and she could stay with other relatives and be around more relatives. Because she was in Birmingham, she was by herself. All my relatives lived out, hour, 45 minutes away, things like that. And she
yeah,
wasn't driving. So I was like, yeah, what about moving back to Boston? You could, you'd be around your sister and, some other nieces and nephews and cousins and all this kind of stuff. And she was like, what I want to go back to Boston for? She's like, it's snow up there, it's cold, and she goes, and them Puerto Ricans, they play the music too loud. And I was like, pump your
that's
brakes.
funny, dude.
I
That's
was like, wait, what is
funny.
it? I was like, Ma, no. I was like, yeah, maybe people play the music loud, but she's like, no, the Puerto Ricans always play
And
the music too
specifically the
loud.
PRs.
Yes, the Puerto Ricans. I was like, oh Lord, I can't send her back to
That's
Boston now.
funny,
So.
dude. That's funny.
She had one experience at some point, and that was it. All of a
Yeah,
sudden now, all Puerto Ricans play the music too loud.
that's how it is in the
And
old
and
school.
and hold up, the best part about it is that we actually went there, and she goes, "Hey, Puerto Ricans." They go, "I'm not Puerto Rican. I'm from Mexico, right? Or I'm El Salvadorian. I'm
Right.
Honduran, right?" It's like
Guatemalan.
I'm Guatemalan, right? What are you talking about, right? I love how I make them sound Italian. What are you talking
Hey,
about?
mamma mia.
Mamma mia, I'm not even from Puerto Rico. I'm from Czechoslovakia. Like, whoa, what? So,
All
um,
right, what about the wrap here, I think, Reg? But there was another finals a game I was going to tell you. I watched hockey the other night
oh
for the
yeah.
first time. Well, not the first time, I've watched it before, but the Edmonton Oilers and Florida's back in it. And Edmonton, I did a couple tours there. I liked it. They're all about that team. My buddy's a big Edmonton fan, so like I was watching it. And then again, that game was insane. It was 3-1. The Oilers were down. They came back, they tied it. It went to overtime. They started another 20 minutes for overtime. The overtime's going all the way down to 30 seconds left. And then the Oilers are driving and they give it to Connor McDavid, who's supposed to be like the best guy in the league. And he had an amazing little pass. He always gets doubled, right? He has a quick pass to his guy, shoots it in, and they win the game in Edmonton 4-3 with 30 seconds left in overtime. Crazy.
The Oilers won the game. They beat
Yeah,
Edmonton.
Edmonton won, and game
Oh,
two is
Edmonton
tonight.
won.
Yeah, Edmonton won.
Wow.
Yeah, unbelievable. A lot of close games right now. And I'm not usually into hockey, but then I was like, ooh. Problem with hockey, I feel you have to see the replay always to see exactly what the hell went down.
Yeah, I can't in real time. I lose it. I'm
It's
like,
hard. It's tough. Yeah, it's just and even the shot. It's in. It went in. I don't what? Oh,
yeah,
hot.
like, oh wow. What was I gonna say? I think the thing that amazes me the most about what that story you just told is that overtime was 20 minutes.
So 20, 20, and 20, and then the overtime was another 20. So they were
Yes.
out there for a while. So I'm like,
So
oof.
So overtime is a
Yeah.
whole full quarter. Because in
Ain't it
hockey, for those who
crazy?
don't know, in hockey
Period.
they only play 3 quarters,
Period.
right? I mean, I'm sorry, 3 periods.
Yeah.
So for it to go to overtime, it was a whole another period, 20 minutes. It's not like, like in the NBA, you get 5 minutes on the clock.
Right. I think NBA's is very short too.
Well,
In the NFL,
NFL,
you get 10.
you get 10. It used to be
Yeah.
sudden death. I'm
Used to
glad
be,
they
yeah,
changed
it used
that.
to be 15 too, but they
Okay.
made it a little less.
Okay.
Uh Here before we close out, let me take this off. You can see my cat here. You want to come on, Joe? He just woke up. He was whoops. He started like having a dream or something. He started shaking. I'm like, relax, buddy. All right. You ready, buddy? You ready
Yeah,
to
make sure
show
you don't go
up?
too low. We don't want to see your little white.
These
Your
shorts are
little like,
long.
okay, okay.
They just ride up.
Oh,
Hey, where
look,
you
he's
going?
out.
Gotcha, you son of a biscuit. All right, Reg. There he is, sleeping, woken up, not killing
Uh,
roaches.
he's like, let me go. I'm just tired. I'm trying to wake up. Oh,
This fucker used to sit on my shoulder when he was like this big, and now
I've been seeing a lot of cat. I guess my algorithm has changed on Instagram because I'm getting a lot of cat videos now. You
Reg, you
getting,
don't have to send me like every little video like you're a mom or something. Like, look at this funny thing. Look at this funny thing. Look at this. Shit, I
you
already
know what?
saw too. What are you doing, Reg? Give us a time.
Okay, you know what? You know what? You're right.
Like, I ain't gonna do shit now.
No, but you're right because I'm sitting there, I'm like laughing. I go, oh, I'm just sitting scrolling, death scrolling. I'm like, oh, that's funny. Send, haha.
There's like 4 or 5. I'll give. Ooh, Reggie's not writing me. He's just forwarded me garbage.
Yeah, so I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop.
All right, close
I
this
am.
out, Reg.
Okay. All right. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's episode. We love it.
Breaking up
We're gonna keep
bromance.
and we're gonna keep doing it. So I will say that one thing that's positive is that the bromance between DJT and EL is on the outs. So I'm hoping that other people do the same and start to push back against this guy so we
Yeah.
can get back to some sense of normality, right? Or no, I don't like saying the word normalcy because was it John Harding or whoever it was who invented that word? He wasn't very smart. He was like one of our presidents. He's actually one of the dumbest
Warren
presidents
G.
we've had.
Harding.
Warren G. Harding. There you go.
What word?
Normalcy. He came up with the word normalcy. And
Yeah,
then
he's
because it
partly
wasn't a real
to
word.
blame for the crash of '29. They say his
Yeah, he was terrible.
politics.
He was
Yeah,
terrible.
he had like a
So I don't even want
prostitute
to.
across the street to go see at the White House and shit.
Yeah, he was a womanizer. He
Yeah,
was dumb. He wasn't very bright. And the one thing that stuck from his presidency is the word normalcy. So I don't want to use normalcy. So I'm just gonna speak in terms of I hope that other oligarchs or billionaires or whoever else that are in cahoots with this guy, I hope they all come to see the light and start to push back against him so that we can get back to a sense of normality
to
or
America.
yes, a normal place, right? So with that being said, that's good to see. Um, Go Pacers. Yeah, one down, one more to
Good
go,
luck,
one more to
Lloyd.
go, one more to go. Let's go Pacers. By the time this comes out, they would have had game 2, and hopefully they will be up 2-0.
And then Reggie will have him on in a couple months. All right,
All right.
everybody.
All right. So that's Sal Kalani. I'm Reggie Steele. And this is Spitballin'. Peace.